Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and hopefully you used some of the tips I gave you in the last video, because actually this year I didn't really need them. It's actually a very chill Thanksgiving, very vibey, very full of food, jollof rice. It hit. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving with your family. Hope you ate a lot of food. Hope it was drama free, because we know how these things can go. But now, I told you on the last video I'll be back before, well, I'll see y'all again before Thanksgiving. I'm a liar, obviously. But it was a drama-free Thanksgiving, mind you. But going into today's topic, go figure. You are the trigger. Call Janae, that was great. It sounded great. The holidays weren't really triggering. It was, certain things in life can just, trigger you, trigger you in the sense, for me, I mean the triggers that activate old traumas, traumas that have become PTSD, which of course people can experience PTSD without having to go through extreme wars and or death, as people may think sometimes that PTSD only happens when it's like extreme, in general. You can get PTSD from something as simple, just there are levels to it. It does not have to be something super, super extreme like some wartime trauma for it to be considered PTSD. It can be smaller things on the grander scheme of things. So say you experience something, right? It really shocks your system. It really hurts you. It activates your nervous system with like the fight or flight response. Just bring a little psychology into it. But things that really just have you feeling like you're in danger, emotionally, physically, whatever the manner is, you've been activated. And it's, say something as extreme as a heartbreak, a death, something that you and your body, nervous system, really couldn't fathom, right? Something that really, really hurts you, and you haven't gotten over it, or you're still healing through it. Sometimes things that you see that remind you of that situation can spark that same reaction you had when you initially saw it, right? So I was triggered, but I'm always triggered. Like, that's not a good thing, but like a lot of people in this world are triggered often because a lot of things remind us of a painful event, whatever it may be. And it's okay to be triggered. It's okay. Something I've really come to terms with is my triggers and me being triggered. And take a shot every time you say trigger, Isabel. So for me in particular this weekend, my problem was not being triggered, even though it was, but it was the fact that it stayed. And I haven't been triggered on that scale in a long time. So, because I've distanced myself from the situation, I've had lots of time to heal from it. I'm definitely healed from it. But I guess my body felt like I was in a situation that reminded myself too much of the original events that caused my trauma. And my body was like, yo, we have to get you out of here. This situation feels like, my body talking. My body's like, yo, Isabel, this feels like the same scenario where you've been hurt before, many occasions in this type of setting. Let's go. Let's leave. And I done took my body out when it wanted to. And that's one thing about triggers that some people always get misconstrued about, is like, in my opinion, which makes total sense, when you experience a trigger, your body is like, all right, I don't want you to feel this pain again. I don't want you to be hurt again. I'm gonna react this way so you can know that the situation could potentially look like what you've experienced before, and I want to get you out of here. I love you enough to really warn you that the situation might be just as hurtful as other events, which is kind of sweet if we think about it. Like, our body's like, yo, I want to protect you. Like, a lot of us kind of like can beat down on ourselves about the fact that we feel triggered, and then we're feeling anxiety, and then like we haven't healed from the situation. We're like, dang it, why am I still feeling like this? Why am I still tripping about this? Why am I overreacting? But it literally is so beautiful, the fact that our body is like, yo, I don't want you to feel that hurt again. I'm gonna warn you. And then like, of course, it just feels like it's a similar situation, but of course we have to train ourselves to like, rewrite the situations if we are actually safe in another situation that kind of looks similar to the traumatic one. Our body, our nervous system doesn't know the difference. So they're like, yo, I see a similarity, let's run. But if we're like in the moment, we're like, yo, no body, no nervous system, it's not a traumatic situation. And the more we build up that confidence and that strength in those situations, we're like, oh wait, I'm actually safe here. So in regard to this trauma, right, sometimes it can stay. Like, I've experienced this weekend. It can stay. And I woke up this morning still feeling my lingering, like, because for me it kind of sits in my chest, like it's kind of heavy there. It kind of sits in my chest, and I was freaking out because I was like, because it was, like I said, the only reason why I think it stayed and lingered a little bit for the past couple of days is like I haven't experienced a trigger like that in a minute. I haven't experienced that trigger in a minute. So my body's like, yo, whoa, like this is new, kind of, and I don't know if you're safe yet. I watched a video this morning that I will link in below. It's from Therapy in a Nutshell YouTube channel. It's about like processing anxiety and like PTSD and like just triggers and stuff like that. And after watching the video, I found out like after my trigger and like my body was in the flight or fight, you know, mode, my body didn't come to rest and realize that I was safe afterwards. So I kind of just kept that heightened level of anxiety the whole, you know, the rest of the time up until today. And so I didn't really bring myself back to my normal regulation to make myself feel safe again. So I did whatever the video told me to do, released it, found ways to release it, and it worked. So we feel better. I guess my overall intent, of course, for this video, you know, my weekly therapy session is essentially here, me unpacking my feelings and just telling you guys, if you feel triggered, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. It's like showing how much your body loves you enough, like, hey, I want to protect you. This is not for me to hurt you and remind you of your triggers or your trauma. It's for me to be like, yo, I want to protect you. So I'm gonna get you out of this as soon as I can. But our little nervous system is like, you know, kind of confused. They can't tell the difference sometimes between like an actual life or death situation and just a reminder of it, you know? So we have to like soothe ourselves in those situations that make us anxious and remind ourselves, whoa, 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 nervous system, I hear you.
Nervous system, I hear you.
But we're safe. You're doing the damn thing, you know, protecting me and whatnot. Activate again when I'm about to be chased by a bear. But right now, yes, it reminded me of some emotional trauma or whatever it is. Just remind yourself of those things and appreciate the fact that your body does care enough about you to try to protect you, you know? Like, I don't want you to feel pain again, sister. That's what it said to me. But I'm over here just freaking out, feeling all of the tightness in my chest. But after relieving it, that's why I'm able to talk about it like I am right now. I was supposed to record this yesterday, but I was triggered. You were the trigger. You know, whatever Janae said. But yeah, just I guess this video can, you know, kind of trail in from last week. You know, last week was about potentially dealing with family triggers and traumas, revisiting them after, you know, going to the holidays. And now it's like, all right, how do we calm those down? Look how we can connect the two, you dig? I know what I'm doing. But yeah, so you're triggered, it's okay. I know it hurts sometimes. Like, when I tell you my chest was heavy, it was heavy. But just finding ways to release it and really make myself feel safe, knowing that I am safe. I'm in my room. Who's gonna hurt me in here? But knock on some wood, because I don't want nobody hurting me. You're safe. Your body's just still in the state of hyperactivity, just trying to keep you protected, keeping the anxiety up, keeping that adrenaline up so you can like prepare for the battle. But the battle is you just seeing a trigger of your traumas, and you're safe now. And I feel safe now again, because you know, this is my weekly therapy session. Love it here. Love to just vent and post about it, you know? Love the internet. We love the internet. But I hope this little rant could help you in some kind of way, because the show helped me per usual, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.